Hey everyone, it's time for this week's episode of Good Morning Cortland, where we recap the week's top stories. A Cortland man charged with rape turned himself into police last week after he saw an online posting of a warrant issued for his arrest by the City of Cortland Police Department's Facebook page. 27-year-old Abdul Salam Odu is charged with first-degree rape for forcibly engaging in sex with a 35-year-old woman who was known to him. The incident happened on February 11th at a residence on Charles Street. The woman was treated at Guthrie Cortland Medical Center and released, according to police. Police identified Odu as the suspect in the case and began a search for him. Odu was featured in their Felony Friday Facebook posting on February 15th. After apparently spotting the posting, Odu responded on Facebook in the comments section on the same day. He said, quote, "I will turn myself in. Not running from the law, no point of running. The law will eventually catch up with you. I am completely innocent." Odu then later turned himself in to city police at the police station at 25 Court Street. The Cortland Homer Golden Eagles fell to the Skinny Atlas Lakers on Monday in a well-fought matchup in Syracuse. The Lakers took home the Section 3 Division II Hockey Championship, defeating the Golden Eagles by a score of 4-1. Cortland Homer head coach Chad Topman says it was a great season for his squad. He said they've done a lot of things that they haven't been able to do in the last 15 to 20 years, and he considers it a great season and a successful one for the Cortland Homer Golden Eagles. Skinny Atlas will host a state regional playoff game at 5 p.m. Saturday as they take on Grand Island from Section 6. 21 restaurants handed out samples of homemade chili and winter-themed desserts as part of the 12th annual Chilibration Festival this past Saturday. The Polar Pie Eating Contest was held once again and hosted by the VFW post on Main Street. Contestants competed to eat as many frozen pancakes as possible within 2 minutes. Last year's champion, Tyler Signer, returned to dominate the competition, taking home the Viking helmet once again. Spadini's Pizza Parlor took home the trophy for its Speedy Chili, while Brew 64 claimed the title of Best Winter Flavor for its Brew Cocoa. Well, we're excited to share the news that this month's winner of the Cortland Voice Teacher of the Month Award, sponsored by Edible Arrangements, is Mrs. Deborah Latta, a 5th grade teacher at Cincinnatus Elementary School.
My guest this week is Village of Homer Mayor Hal McCabe. I spoke with Hal about why he decided to run for mayor, as well as his thoughts on the Homer community after 2 years in office.
So Hal, it's been almost 2 years now. How have you been settling in?
I think I finally understand a little bit of what the job is about now. Finally getting, no, I'm just kidding. No, it's good. Now I think we have the perfect team in place, and that was important because, well, I just am sort of the guy that sits in this room. It's the staff that we have here in the village that make the village run, and we've got a team right now that's just absolutely phenomenal, and they make life much easier for me, let's say. But it's been good. I think I've been pretty aggressive trying to do things right out of the gate. And I have a very supportive board of trustees that wanted to do things. And we've done a lot. We've got a lot more to do, but I think overall we finally are hitting our stride right now. So, yeah.
Because you've got an interesting origin story. How did Hal McCabe go from being a farmer to a mayor?
Well, I was never a farmer.
You were a farm advocate.
Farm advocate, yes. And that just changed. But so I guess I'll just tell you flat out because it's not like a big secret. But a few years ago, and this is maybe too inside baseball for you to even use or care about, but the Village of Homer operates with caucuses instead of with petitioning. So each party has a caucus. All registered members of that party are invited to the caucus, and that's when they do candidate nominations and votes, and that's how they select the candidates rather than going out, getting petitions, and then running in a primary, say, if you had multiple people. And in 2015, the then mayor lost her caucus to Ed Finkbeiner, who's one of our trustees. And she then went to the Democratic caucus, and they said, well, okay, you can run as a Democrat. And she won as a Democrat. And then when it came time to go again, she said, no, I'm a Republican. And she went back. And I was kind of irate. I'd been involved in politics and government for the last 15 or so years. Farm advocate for FarmNet, but I did a lot of legislative outreach and things like that. And I was really upset. I said, there's absolutely no way that I want to see our party cross-endorse again. It's absurd. I was really angry. So I showed up at the caucus, and really only one person in the room knew who I was. And I didn't go to run as mayor. I just went to make sure that we did not cross-endorse again. And then, the nominations came and went for mayor. Anyone want to run? And I didn't want to run. I just sat there and closed them, and we went through trustees and got the trustees. And then I said, can we go back to the mayor thing? Are we not even going to put someone on the ballot to give people a choice? Are we just going to leave it blank? And Matt Morgan said, well, why don't you run? And I said, well, I've kind of put my foot in it, right? I can't be the guy that says we should do this, but not me. So I said, fine, put my name on the ballot. And it really was just mostly just that. I figured put my name on the ballot, and at least people have a choice. I'm not going to win. I'm going up against, one of the most well-known families in the entire county. I have no chance. But what happened is my good friends from high school and college got all excited about it, and they started to support me and send checks and I'll buy your signs and things like that. And I said, geez, now I got to try. So yeah, I ran pretty hard, and aside from knocking on doors, which I admit I didn't, and we won really huge.
Now, given that you've established your roots here in Homer, what do you like about the community? How do you like to spend what free time you have here?
Good question. So I need to be riding my bike more, and so people are allowed to yell at me if I'm not riding my bicycle, because this is such a bike-friendly village, and we're working to make it even more so with some of the trails that we're doing and some of the bike lanes that we're going to be studying, and the Lime bikes are coming. It's so bike-friendly and walk-friendly. We have so many events here between the Center for the Arts and the Landmark Society and Magic on Main and Holiday in Homer and Winterfest, and it's really amazing. So I love to do that. I'd like to take my canoe out up to Durkee Park and just kind of paddle around. I want to get to the point where the water's high enough that I can try to get down to Marathon. The water's got to be high enough. That's really, I have very little free time is the downside of this job, the mayor job, and my previously FarmNet, and now my appointment in Albany. I spend most of my time working. Being mayor is probably about between 20 and 30 hours a week of time, and that's quite a lot when you add that to a full-time job. So,
Mayor McCabe, thanks for speaking with me.
Well, I just talk, don't I? Thanks for having me.
Well, that does it for this week's episode. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notified when a new episode gets posted. You can also check out our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages for updates on what's happening in the Cortland community, and visit our website, cortlandvoice.com, for the latest top stories. We'll see you next week.